go.
Hello and welcome to another broadcast of the Pirates of Calamity. Arr, arr. We're R-ing this week as we usually do. We're kind of going to pick up our conversation from last week, but before we do that, once again, his son, the 10-year-old comedian, has a joke that we would like to tell you.
All right, so Grant says, Daddy, do you want to hear the best pickup line in the world? And he's 10, so of course I want to hear the best pickup line in the world. And he says, all right, there's 4 mice, 3 are boys and 1's a girl, and they're in a box and they can't get out of the box. So one of the male mice goes to the female mouse and says, do you know how to get out of here? And she says, I tell you what, if you sleep with me, I'll tell you in the morning. The next morning, the male mouse is gone. The second male mouse comes up to the female mouse and says, how did he get out of here? And she says, well, I tell you what, if you sleep with me tonight, I'll tell you in the morning. And the next morning, the second male mouse is gone. So the third male mouse, definitely confused. Well, do you want to know how the third male mouse got out of here?
Sure.
Well, if you sleep with me, I'll tell you in the morning.
Okay, I got to give it to you, Grant. That is a funny joke, and it's a good way to break the ice when you're first meeting a woman.
I love you, Grant. You're hilarious, man.
You're outstanding. I think my favorite pickup line is, I'm incredibly wealthy.
I have more money than I can spend.
That's right.
I like it.
So, if I'm looking a little scruffy, I'm growing a beard to be Santa Claus at Christmas time.
Right.
So,
that's a good cause.
I think it'll be fun. And, well, we'll kind of continue our conversation from last week because I talked to my doctor about switching to psilocybin. And here's what they told me. They said they don't want me to do psilocybin, not because they think psilocybin is bad or because it doesn't work. They actually were pro-psilocybin, but they said it took us 3 years to get your medication balanced. We finally got you where you need to be, and I don't want to switch to another medication. Yeah. So it wasn't a matter of the mushrooms were bad. It's just that for me, because of where I am in my situation, right, they don't want to try a new medication.
Well, you brought up Santa Claus.
Right.
Santa Claus is based on the Amanita muscaria, red and white mushroom. And that has a different active ingredient and a different mode of action. The active ingredient is called muscimol. And you can use it in microdose form like cannabis.
Right.
And cannabis doesn't affect, right, your medications.
No.
So it might be something that, I'll spend some time looking at and see if maybe it's...
Because if I don't have to get off of my medication now and I can dose with mushrooms including it, yeah, I think that we would be okay with trying that.
Right on.
And I have in the past eaten 3.5 grams. That's the most I've ever eaten. Right. So I don't really know yet. It didn't have a ton of effect on me, but I only did it once.
Right.
And before that I was a little bit hesitant, so I'd only taken like a gram, then I took 2 grams, then I took 3.5,
right,
and it didn't seem to affect me in any way negatively,
right,
Yeah.
So I don't think it would.
No, from what you're talking about, for me to even feel it, I would need to be like what, 5 grams at minimum?
No, I feel a half a gram, like I feel it, like I've smoked cannabis and I'm really high, a half a gram dosage. About 300 micrograms, about 0.3 grams, you're not going to feel that. That's going to be a
Is that a standard microdose?
It seemed, and it would be, that microdose is going to change based on your weight. All of this is organic chemistry, and we have to remember where it came from. Terence McKenna weighed 145 pounds. So his idea of 5 dry grams is not the same as my idea of 5 dry grams, not including the fact that the potency varies on every batch because it's an organic. So when you're talking about heroic dose at 5 grams for 145, I got to take 9.5 grams. So that would make my microdose higher.
Right.
So say someone who's only 105 pounds, a third of a gram might be very strong for them. And then that depends on everything else in life. These things you need to work with slowly. I took 27 grams last night. that took me years to build up to.
Wow. To me, that's freak out levels.
Well, for me, it's very hard to describe.
How long have you been doing the mushroom therapy for yourself?
I started in 2017 August, as a matter of fact. So it's been 6 years now. I was busted the third time in Ohio for growing cannabis. And they said, if you piss dirty, if I fail at urinalysis, then I'm going to do 3 years in prison. And I was using cannabis to treat the symptoms of PTSD that the Almond Clinic had diagnosed after I had a hash brownie that was too strong and felt the ghost of Christmas beat the hell out of me. So, I went had the experience with the hash brownie, went to the clinic, got diagnosed. Then they told me you can't smoke cannabis anymore. So I literally got on Google, how do I cure PTSD? And one of the first things that came back was the Multidisciplinary Association for Psychedelic Studies work with Vietnam vets and just below 5 gram doses of psilocybin. And it said a year later, they didn't have any symptoms. To me, that seemed like a cure.
Yeah, that sounds like a cure.
Right.
It sounds like a cure.
So that's when I started. I put it out to the universe because master teacher said, ask and you shall receive. The universe sure as hell brought me back a bunch of mushrooms.
Excellent. Excellent. It's really weird. I have been kind of praying and doing treatments about getting some more money, and I got 7 more hours of nursing time.
Right on.
So that's a lot of money. That's over $500 in nursing care, boys and girls.
Right.
And so it's really nice to be able to have that kind of a blessing.
Yes.
And I do think that, and the other thing is that I'm not embarrassed to say that I'm on food stamps. So I'm very happy because there's going to be a cost of living raise.
Right.
So that brings a little bit more money into the world there.
Right.
And I spend it like energy.
Because that's what it is. It's why they say it circulates.
Yeah.
That's why it's called a bank. It's all energy. Because everything in the universe is electricity. And electricity and hydraulics follow almost the same laws. So when they talk about these things, they can talk about them interchangeably. We can talk about energy flowing like water because it's basically the same thing. It is. Everything is the same thing. Everything is electricity. Everything is light.
Yeah, everything flows.
Mm-hmm.
I like that thought. That actually was something that Bruce Lee said is that you needed to be like water and just let everything flow around you or through you.
Yeah, it takes the shape and everything.
So I think that's pretty cool, and I think that maybe someday we should interview you when you're doing a mushroom experience.
Well,
or is that going to be? Are you going to be too far gone?
I mean, someday I'll tell you what my trips are like, but not. It's too much too soon. Someday I'll tell you what they're like, but I wouldn't want to get it on camera.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I ever did, man, to be honest, it would be. Think of The Exorcist.
I have thought of The Exorcist in my nightmares.
No, I'm screaming and getting out, because you purge a lot of, things that we hold in our body. You hold traumas in your body, and it's all energetic. It's all the same thing. And what it does is it allows that energy to flow up and out of you. And so there's a lot of me screaming and crying and literally begging God for forgiveness for the dumb shit I've done in my life. Literally, that's what it's a lot of. I repent in dust and ashes.
If you didn't know it, Bill and I are fairly religious. We are the kind of people who go to church every Sunday, and not only that, we take the classes afterward. And our church believes that if you believe it, it will happen for you. And so I hope that everybody out there believes us, so it will happen for them.
Well, I could give you so many examples. Pray and it will come.
Definitely. All right. Well, that's the broadcast for this week. Next week, we're going to try, can't guarantee anything, but we're going to try to make some tincture for you and show you how to do that process. So next week, we'll see you on the Pirates of Calamity. You guys have a great day.